I'm reading from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, which was banned or challenged in parts of the United States because it was thought to be satanic. So I'm going to cut to the end. I don't know if the challenger ever got that far. But this is kind of the last temptation of Frodo. But unlike Jesus Christ, who withstands temptation, Frodo actually succumbs, but there's another intercessor that kind of saves him, as you'll see. "Master," cried Sam. Then Frodo stirred and spoke with a clear voice, indeed, with a voice clearer and more powerful than Sam had ever heard him use. And it rose above the throb and turmoil of Mount Doom, ringing in the roof and walls. "I have come," he said, "but I do not choose now to do what I came to do. I will not do this deed. The ring is mine." And suddenly, as he set it on his finger, he vanished from Sam's sight. Sam gasped, for he had no chance to cry out, for at that moment many things happened. Something struck Sam violently in the back. His legs were knocked from under him, and he was flung aside, striking his head against the stony floor. As a dark shape sprang over him, he lay still, and for a moment all went black. And far away, as Frodo put the ring on and claimed it for his own, even in Summit Naur, the very heart of his realm, the power in Barad-dûr was shaken, and the tower trembled from its foundations to its proud and bitter crown. The Dark Lord was suddenly aware of him, and his eye, piercing all shadows, looked across the plain to the door that he had made. And the magnitude of his own folly was revealed to him in a blinding flash. And all the devices of his enemies were at last laid bare. Then his wrath blazed in consuming flame, but his fear rose like a vast black smoke to choke him. For he knew his deadly peril and the thread upon which his doom now hung. From all his policies and webs of fear and treachery, from all his stratagems and war, his mind shook free. And throughout his realm a tremor ran, his slaves quailed, and his armies halted, and his captains suddenly steerless. Bereft of will, wavered in despair, for they were forgotten. The whole mind and purpose of the power that wielded them was now bent with overwhelming force upon the mountain. At his summons, wheeling with a rending cry, in a last desperate race there flew, faster than the winds, the Nazgul, the ring race, and with a storm of wings they hurtled southwards to Mount Doom. The fires below awoke in anger, the red light blazed, and all the cavern was filled with great glare and heat. Suddenly Sam saw Gollum's long hands draw upwards to his mouth. His white fangs gleamed and then snapped as they bit. Frodo gave a cry, and there he was, fallen upon his knees at the chasm's edge. But Gollum, dancing like a mad thing, held aloft the ring, a finger still thrust within its circle. It shone now as if verily it was wrought of living fire. "Precious, precious, precious!" Gollum cried. "My precious, oh my precious!" And with that, even his eyes were lifted up to gloat on his prize. He stepped too far, toppled, wavered for a moment on the brink, and then with a shriek he fell. Out of the depths came his last wail, "Precious!" and he was gone.